Hey guys, welcome back finally to another video by yours truly. I've been gone for what feels like forever, and I'll explain why in a later video, but for now, let's talk about something a little more interesting. Today I want to do some analysis on why the current junglers are so popular, and maybe hint at some other junglers that I think will be picked up soon. For starters, I made a list of all the popular junglers, so let's take a look at that and see if we can find any similarities. Obviously, there will be some exceptions to the rule, but three things to look for are 1. A gap closer to get over walls, or a strong movement speed boost to avoid wards, 2. A strong AoE disruption, and 3. Some form of hard CC. I whipped up a quick little chart here to demonstrate this, so let's take a look at that. As you can see, all these champions have at least 2 of these qualities except for Nasus, but like we said, there are always going to be exceptions to the rule. For example, Nasus only has AoE disruption, but his wither is so strong that it's practically a hard CC, and he also has the added benefits of amazing wave clear to protect towers and incredible dragon and baron speeds with his ultimate. So, why are these 3 attributes so strong on junglers in the current meta, and why aren't we seeing champions like Shyvana anymore? Well, probably the most important factor here is the ability to get around early game wards with wall hops or really strong movement speed boosts. If we look at the chart, the only champions that don't have a way to get around wards effectively are coincidentally the champions that are falling off in popularity and effectiveness: Nasus, Nautilus, and Xin Zhao. Of course, these champions make up for in other areas, but I wouldn't be surprised to see these champions fall off almost completely in the near future. With the introduction to new starting items and the Sightstone in Season 3, wards litter the map like no one's business, and it's often really difficult for junglers to perform anything other than a lane gank. Having the ability to speed through the lane at ridiculous speeds or hopping over lane walls gives you a massive advantage in ganks. Strong AoE disruption is something that has almost always been a part of a jungler's kit because it forces the enemy team to focus you or take a lot of punishment through either a ton of CC or a ton of damage. While spells like Jarvan's Cataclysm quite literally force the enemy to focus you, other spells like Fiddle's Crowstorm do so much damage that the enemy has to kill you or die instead. There are also some instances of AoE disruption that are incredibly underrated, such as Lee Sin's Cripple. 60% movement speed and attack speed reduction in AoE is nothing to scoff at, and it causes a large amount of disruption in a teamfight in combination with his ultimate Dragon's Rage. Last but not least, it's important for junglers to carry some sort of strong CC, preferably hard CC. If we look at the chart again, the only champions that don't have hard CC are Evelynn, Nasus, and Nunu, all of which have amazing forms of CC regardless. Evelynn's ultimate is one of the best initiations in the game, Nasus's wither is practically hard CC because it's so strong, and Nunu's combination of Ice Blast and Absolute Zero is incredibly annoying to deal with. AoE CCs like Zac's ultimate or Sejuani's ultimate are typically considered to be the strongest, but Fiddle's Sphere is tied for the longest CC in the game, and Lee Sin's kit can single out a priority target on the enemy team and instantly win a team fight. Now that we know what makes a jungler strong, I want to take a look at the 2 turtles of the league and see if they stand a chance in the current meta. We'll look at Udyr first since he's gained some popularity recently due to his new ultimate skin. Udyr was my favorite and most played jungler back in Season 1, so I have a little bit of a soft spot for him in my heart, but if I'm being completely honest, I just don't think he offers that much to a team. Do I think he's viable? Sure, but do I think he's good? Not really. I mean, he fulfills 2 of the requirements with Bear Stance, but that doesn't account for a whole lot in this case. Sure, you can speed around the map pretty quickly and avoid some wards, but it won't be to the extent of someone like Hecarim or Nunu. On top of that, his hard CC isn't that great either. It's more of an annoyance than anything. But honestly, that's kind of Udyr's job, to be annoying. After he gets Golem Spear and Swiftness boots, he becomes nearly unkillable, incredibly hard to kite, and he's able to slip out of almost any situation. Unfortunately, outside of being unkillable and spreading around a small hard CC, he doesn't offer much in terms of damage or overall control. I don't want to dismiss him completely because I do think he's a viable jungler, but I don't think we're going to see anything amazing come from him in the near future. Though, I do hope someone proves me wrong because I love me some Udyr. Moving on to the next turtle, all I'm going to say is holy shit, Rammus is overpowered. I don't want to say anything more than that because I'm going to be making a video about him specifically very soon. So if you want to hear my full thoughts on Rammus and maybe learn a thing or two about him, make sure to tune into that video in a few days. Seriously though, guys, nothing makes me happier than a fun champion being overpowered, and I've been having an absolute blast with Rammus in ranked recently, and I can't wait to share my thoughts with you all. Anyway, before I get too excited, I'm going to call the video here. Make sure to let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comment section below, and if you think you know what the next sleeper OP jungler is, make sure to let us all know in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.